In the vast, icy wilderness of Russia's Caucasus Mountains, a chilling mystery unfolded in the summer of 1990. A group of vibrant athletes, teeming with vitality and courage, embarked on what they believed to be a routine climbing expedition. Their destination was none other than Mount Elbrus, a behemoth of a mountain that serves as the highest peak in Europe. This majestic natural wonder with its dual summits stands at a staggering elevation of over 18,000 feet, a height that eclipses even the celebrated Mont Blanc. Mount Elbrus is no ordinary mountain. Its icy crags and unpredictable weather conditions are a testament to its harsh, unforgiving nature. The temperature can plummet to bone-chilling lows, and the wind can whip up into ferocious gales without a moment's notice. The oxygen-thin air can suffocate even the most seasoned climbers, and the risk of avalanches is a constant, looming threat. Despite these daunting conditions, our group of intrepid athletes was undeterred. They were well-trained, experienced in the rigors of high-altitude climbing, and prepared for the challenges that lay ahead. They were a team, united in their shared passion for adventure and the thrill of conquering one of the world's most formidable peaks. They had trained tirelessly, honing their skills and conditioning their bodies for the arduous journey. As they prepared to ascend the icy slopes of Mount Elbrus, their spirits were high. The mountain, with its snow-capped peaks and icy facade, beckoned them forward, a symbol of the ultimate challenge they were about to undertake. Their equipment was checked and double-checked, their supplies were packed, and their route was carefully planned. They were ready to take on Mount Elbrus. Yet, in the back of their minds, a sense of trepidation lingered. The mountain was unpredictable, its temperament as volatile as the ever-changing weather, but they were undaunted, their resolve unwavering. Little did they know this adventure would turn into a harrowing tragedy that continues to baffle experts even today. With their gear packed and spirits high, the group set out on their journey to conquer the icy peak. In the early morning hours, under a sky dotted with stars, the group embarked on their expedition. Their breaths visible in the crisp, cold air, they began their ascent, their boots crunching against the snow-covered ground. The weather was cold but clear, as one would expect at such an altitude. Mount Elbrus, though beautiful, was a daunting and formidable sight, its icy peak gleaming under the moonlight. This group was not comprised of mere novices. They were well-trained, seasoned athletes, each with their own experiences and stories of previous expeditions. Their camaraderie was palpable, their shared passion for mountaineering evident in their excited chatter and laughter that echoed through the mountain range. There was a sense of anticipation, a thrill of what lay ahead, a shared goal to conquer one of the highest mountains in the world. As they climbed, they navigated their way through the rugged terrain, their path lit by their headlamps. The silence of the mountain was broken only by the crunching of snow under their boots and the occasional gust of wind that whipped through the air. Despite the harsh conditions, their spirits remained high. They were determined, focused, each step taking them closer to their goal. They made camp as daylight broke, their tents dotting the snow-covered landscape. The camaraderie continued as they shared meals, their voices filled with stories of past adventures and dreams of future ones. Their laughter and excitement were infectious, their determination unwavering. But as the day turned into night, the weather started to change. The clear sky gave way to clouds, the temperature dropped, and a light snowfall began. The team huddled in their tents, their breaths visible in the dim light. But their resolve remained unbroken. They were a team, a unit, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. As they ascended higher, the weather grew harsher, yet their determination never wavered. But as they say in the mountains, the weather is as unpredictable as the turn of events. And so it was on Mount Elbrus in 1990. The day started with clear skies, a promising sign for the well-trained athletes. They were optimistic, their spirits high, their bodies prepared for the challenge that lay ahead. The ascent was going well, and they were making good progress. Then, out of nowhere, Mother Nature decided to show her might. A storm began to brew, the sky darkening as ominous clouds rolled in. It was a sudden change, a drastic shift from the serene conditions they'd been enjoying. The mountain, so inviting just moments before, now threatened them with its icy wrath. The winds howled, the temperature plummeted, and snow began to fall. It was a blizzard, fierce and relentless. Visibility dropped to near zero, making it impossible for the group to continue their ascent. The mountain, which had seemed so conquerable, now loomed over them, a monstrous, unyielding force. Amid this savage storm, the group lost contact with the base camp. Their last transmission was frantic, filled with fear and confusion. The static-filled voices relayed their desperate situation before falling silent. The base camp, helpless, could only wait and hope for the storm to pass. As the storm raged on, the group found themselves stranded, isolated on the unforgiving slopes of Mount Elbrus. They were at the mercy of the elements, their fate hanging in the balance. The once vibrant chatter and laughter that filled their camp was replaced by the eerie wail of the wind and the deafening silence of uncertainty. And then, just as suddenly as it had begun, the storm ceased. The clouds parted, revealing the chilling aftermath of the blizzard. The mountain was eerily quiet, its slopes blanketed in fresh snow. But of the group, there was no sign. In the blink of an eye, their journey took a terrifying turn, and silence fell over the mountain. Days turned into weeks, and when the storm finally subsided, a horrifying sight awaited the rescue team. The once bustling campsite, now a ghostly tableau of the tragedy that unfolded, was a chilling sight to behold. The tents, once a symbol of shelter and camaraderie, lay in tatters, ravaged by the relentless weather. The equipment, scattered haphazardly, bore silent testimony to the struggle that had taken place. As the team advanced, the eerie silence was broken by the crunch of their boots on the frozen ground. The first tent they reached was a scene of chaos. Inside, the air was heavy with the metallic scent of blood. Splatters of crimson stained the canvas walls and floor, a stark contrast against the pristine white of the snow outside. The sight was shocking, yet the source of the blood was nowhere to be found. Further into the camp, the team came across a sight that made their blood run cold. One of the team members, frozen solid in the icy grip of the mountain. The look of terror etched on his face told a story of a struggle, a fight for survival that he had ultimately lost. The most baffling detail, though, was a single hair, not his own, found in his stomach during the subsequent autopsy. A detail that was as inexplicable as it was unsettling. Everywhere they looked, the rescue team was confronted with scenes that defied logic. Why was there blood in the tent but no injured person to account for it, whose hair had ended up in the stomach of the deceased climber? The campsite was like a gruesome puzzle, each piece more baffling than the last. The rescue mission quickly turned into an investigation. Each tent, each piece of equipment was meticulously examined, yet every clue only deepened the mystery. The team worked tirelessly, their faces etched with determination and a growing sense of unease. They were searching for answers, but all they found were more questions. A scene of utter horror and mystery, which left more questions than answers. The Mount Elbrus tragedy of 1990 remains shrouded in mystery and speculation to this day. Theories surrounding this tragedy are as numerous as they are chilling. Some suggest an avalanche, while others hint at the possibility of a deadly altercation within the team. Yet without concrete evidence, these remain mere conjectures, floating in the abyss of uncertainty. One theory that gained traction was the sudden weather change. Mount Elbrus is known for its unpredictable and harsh weather conditions. Did a sudden storm catch the athletes off guard, leaving them no time to seek shelter or descend? Then there's the theory of hypothermia. The freezing temperatures and howling winds on Mount Elbrus could have led to the team's demise. But why did they leave the safety of their tent? Was there something else that compelled them to face the brutal cold? Perhaps the most perplexing detail is the blood found inside the tent. This has led some to speculate about a possible conflict within the group. But again, with no survivors and no witnesses, this theory, like others, hangs in the balance, feeding the enigma. A strand of hair found in the stomach of one of the athletes adds another puzzling layer to the mystery. Was it a case of cannibalism, driven by desperation and hunger, or was it simply an accident? The truth remains elusive. Despite numerous investigations and countless theories, the exact cause of the tragedy is still unknown. What happened on that fateful day on Mount Elbrus? What led to the demise of these well-trained athletes? These questions continue to echo in the silence of the mountains, unanswered. The chilling details of this tragedy continue to haunt the annals of mountaineering history, serving as a grim reminder of the unpredictable wrath of nature.